Jai Hind, friends. Welcome to our channel. Today we discuss about Curiosity Chapter 2 of Class 7th. Please like and share this explainer and subscribe to our channel for upcoming explainers. Oh, and the SST Chapter 1 link is in the description. Please go and check that out. Okay, let's start. We're going to be diving into the hidden chemistry that is literally all around us, every single day. We'll be exploring different substances, specifically acidic, basic, and neutral ones. Now, I want you to picture this. It's February 28th, National Science Day. Two siblings, Ashwin and Kirti, walk into a science fair, and the first thing they see is a completely blank white sheet of paper. Then, out of nowhere, a volunteer sprays this clear liquid right onto the sheet, and boom, like magic, the words "Welcome to the wonderful world of science" just magically appear. So how in the world did a blank paper instantly reveal a hidden message? Stick with me, because by the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly how to pull off this exact magic trick yourself. So here is our game plan for today. We'll start by looking at acids, bases, and neutrals. Then we'll uncover these things called natural acid-base detectives. After that, we'll talk about acid rain and the pH scale, break down the neutralization reaction, and wrap it all up with how this chemistry actually pops up in our daily lives. All right, let's jump right into part 1, acids, bases, and neutrals. You know, nature really is our ultimate science lab, and it's filled with substances that fall neatly into these categories. There is a really stark contrast between these two. First up, we have acids. They are famous for their sour taste. Think of biting into a super tart lemon. But they're also highly corrosive. That's actually why we have to store strong acids in glass containers and not metal. If you put them in metal, they'll literally eat right through it. Now, on the flip side, we have bases. Bases taste bitter, and if you touch them, they have this weird, soapy, slippery texture, which totally makes sense, right? Because they are the main ingredient in most of our everyday cleaning supplies. In fact, a lot of the foods we eat every day get their signature sour flavors from naturally occurring acids. Like acetic acid, that's what gives vinegar its tang. Citric acid is what makes your lemons and oranges so zesty. Lactic acid is hiding right there in your curd. And tartaric acid gives that sharp, mouth-puckering punch to tamarind and unripe mangoes. And oh, formic acid? Yeah, that is the really painful stuff an ant injects into you when it stings. But, you know, not everything is at those extreme ends. Right in the middle, we have neutral substances. We're talking about pure water, salt solutions, sugar solutions. These are neither acidic nor basic. They are the perfectly balanced middle ground, which basically means they won't trigger any chemical color changes when we test them. Moving on to part 2, natural acid-base detectives. Because let's be real, we absolutely cannot go around tasting everything to figure out if it's an acid or a base. That would be incredibly dangerous. So instead, nature gives us indicators. Think of them as tiny chemical spies that actually change color to reveal what a substance really is. Take turmeric, for example. That yellow spice sitting in your kitchen right now is a fantastic natural indicator. In an acid or a neutral solution, it just stays yellow. But the second it touches a base, it turns this bright, brilliant red. Honestly, this is exactly why if you drop some yellow curry on a white shirt, it suddenly turns red the moment you scrub it with basic soap. We also have the China rose or hibiscus. That one turns acidic liquids a dark pink, kind of a magenta color, and it turns basic liquids completely green. Now, if you've ever stepped foot in a science class, you've probably heard of the most famous indicator of all, litmus. Litmus is actually extracted from something called lichens, and lichens are super fascinating on their own. They're a symbiotic organism, basically an amazing living partnership between algae and fungi, and you usually only find them growing where the air is really clean and unpolluted. Scientists extract dye from these lichens to make litmus solutions or those handy little paper strips we use for testing. Okay, so here is the absolutely crucial part, knowing how to read those litmus papers. I have a mnemonic trick for you that is, no joke, going to save your life on your next exam. Ready? Just remember BRA and RBB. BRA stands for blue turns red equals acid, and RBB stands for red turns blue equals base. Lock that in your memory, and I promise you will never mix them up again. All right, let's shift gears to section 3, acid rain and the pH scale. It is time to see how these invisible chemical properties actually scale up to impact our entire planet. To figure out exactly how acidic or basic something is, scientists use what's called the pH scale. It runs from 1 all the way to 14. Think of it as a spectrum. Numbers 1 through 6, those are your acids, with 1 being the absolute most potent, highly corrosive stuff. Right smack in the middle at number 7, you've got perfectly neutral substances, like pure water. Then, from 8 up to 14, we are in base territory, with 14 being the strongest possible base. But what actually happens when extreme acidity gets into our atmosphere? Well, it creates acid rain, and it happens in 4 steps. Step 1. Human pollution pumps gases like nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide up into the air. Step 2, those toxic gases mix with falling rainwater. Step 3, a chemical reaction happens, turning that rain into harmful nitric and sulfuric acids. And finally, step 4, that acid rain falls right back down to Earth. And guys, the real-world consequences are severe. It eats away at buildings, destroys forests, and is incredibly harmful to animal life. Which naturally brings us to a really critical chemical solution in section 4, the neutralization reaction. Think of this like an epic chemical battle where 2 total opposites clash and just completely cancel each other out. Let's break it down. Step 1. You take a strong acid, like hydrochloric acid, and mix it with a strong base, like sodium hydroxide. Step 2, their acidic and basic properties basically go to war and destroy each other's effects. Step 3, the reaction creates entirely new, harmless products. Specifically, a neutral salt, which in this case is sodium chloride or just regular table salt, plus water. And step 4, keep in mind, heat is literally always released when this neutralizing reaction happens. Now, how do scientists know the exact moment this chemical battle is over and the solution is perfectly neutral? They use a synthetic indicator called phenolphthalein. Try saying that 3 times fast. It's actually an amazing tool. If you drop it into an acidic solution, it stays completely colorless, just like water. But the very second that solution crosses over and becomes basic, boom, it instantly turns this vibrant, bright pink. All right, let's step out of the lab and into section 5, chemistry in daily life. Let's see how we can use this exact science to solve everyday problems. We've all had a bad stomach ache, right? Well, that indigestion is actually caused by an excess of hydrochloric acid that your stomach naturally produces. The chemical fix? You take an antacid, like milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia is a base, so it goes down into your stomach, neutralizes all that excess acid, and finally gives you some relief. Or what about the sharp, burning pain of an ant bite? Like we learned a little earlier, that ant literally just injected painful formic acid right into your skin. But instead of just suffering through it, you can grab a simple chemical remedy straight from your kitchen. If you apply baking soda or calamine lotion, which are both bases, by the way, they will instantly neutralize that formic acid and make the stinging stop. And you know what? This science literally saves our food supply, too. When farmers use too many chemical fertilizers, the soil gets way too acidic for crops to survive. So, to fix it, farmers treat their fields with bases, like quicklime or slaked lime. It neutralizes the soil so the plants can actually thrive again. We see this on a massive environmental scale, too. Factories produce millions of gallons of highly acidic, toxic wastewater. If they were to dump that straight into our rivers, it would completely devastate aquatic life. So by law, they have to treat that wastewater with basic substances. It's a giant neutralization reaction to make sure the water is safe before it ever touches a fish or a plant. Okay, so bringing everything we've talked about today full circle. How exactly did that blank white paper reveal the welcome message for Ashwin and Kirti at the science fair? The invisible ink was actually just a basic soap solution. The students wrote their message on the paper using soap, which dries completely clear. Then, the spray the volunteer used, that was their natural indicator, turmeric. The second that yellow turmeric spray hit the basic soap, a chemical reaction kicked off and the letters turned a magical, brilliant red. See, it wasn't magic at all. It was just a brilliant application of acids and bases. Please like and share this explainer and subscribe to our channel for upcoming explainers. Before we go, take a look around you right now. What hidden chemical reactions are happening in your own home today that you just haven't noticed yet?